a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time.
Hey guys, and welcome on into another episode of Getting Well with Terry and Friends, free NHL picks. I'm Terry, and yes, the show is back. I received a lot of really nice comments on the video that I did, and a lot of messages on Twitter as well, and people really expressing that they wanted the show to keep going. So I really appreciate all the support and all the love that I got. So thank you everybody for that. And I'm not going to try to hide it or deny it. I'm a open book. Um, this NHL season has been rough for me, so I'm adjusting a little bit on the type of bets that I'm making and trying to change things up here a bit. So specifically for the show, I'm going to focus on what has gone well this year, and that's player props. Sides can be hit or miss, totals can be hit or miss, but overall player props have gone well for me on the year. So that's what we're going to focus mostly on. That's all I have for today is player props, but there is some definitely some good spots. So we will jump into the chat and then we will look at today's slate. And we're back. Yes, we are. Hello, Owen. Your Hurricanes took it to the Avalanche last night. Colorado now have not won a game since signing Zach Parise. They have lost 3 games in a row. Funny how that works. Martin H's Hattie. Yes, the Canes took care of business. And then someone posted on Twitter, I think it was NHL, they post, you can't spell Canes without an H's. And it's totally true because Canes is, you can spell Canes with an H's. I never heard of that before, so that was pretty cool. Jonas Brodin is in, and Goligoski is out. That is a huge win for Minnesota, having Brodin back. If he just was consistent, he would be a top dog in the league. Yeah, he can definitely get hot and then kind of go cold. So it's all about consistency. Terry, hello, Nicholas. How's it going? If everyone's not following Nick, him, ESB, hell of a day yesterday, 13-3, right? So, and he swept NHL. So great job, Nick. Great job. I hate taking -1.5. I always get burned. Yes. I went with the Vegas puck line yesterday, trying to go with that plus money, and unfortunately, it didn't cash, but that's going to happen. Glad you're back. All the love. Thank you, Tommy. And Fleury tonight over 29.5 saves. We are going to get to that game right away because that is the first game that we're going to be talking about here. And I'll break this up. Pittsburgh heading to Minnesota to face the Wild. Pittsburgh, let me actually refresh these odds. Let's refresh these odds. There we go. Pittsburgh -123 to -130. Minnesota +105 to +117. Sixes right across the board in this one. Let's see. Pittsburgh has confirmed their goaltender. Yes, they have. And it's not Tristan Jarry. It is Alex Nedeljkovic starting for Pittsburgh in this game against Marc-Andre Fleury, who will start in this one. Fleury has not played since January 19th when he got an upper body injury, but had been playing very, very well prior to that, stopping 45 of his 47 shots before that, heading into that game. And now he gets to play here, his first game since the break, facing his former team, the team that he still has a lot of good feelings for and a lot of love towards Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh fans cheering, "We want Fleury, we want Fleury," when Minnesota played in Pittsburgh. But the plan was always to start him in this game. That was the plan. Tonight, before this game, the Wild will honor Fleury and will honor his 1,000 game 1,000 games in the NHL, as well as him passing Patrick Waugh and moving to second all time in goalie wins. So that's going to be a huge ceremony before the game. I think the entire building is going to be on fire and extremely loud, cheering for the Wild. I think it's incredibly important for the Wild to score the first goal in this game. And I think when it comes to the side, I'll get to it here. Looking at how these teams have been doing recently, Pittsburgh 3-2-1 in their last 6 games. They've gone under 5.5 in 6 of their last 7. Minnesota 4-2 in their last 6 games. 3 games in a row under 5.5. What happens when these teams face each other? Well, all 3 games today are very one-sided when it comes to past history. Pittsburgh 9-0-1 against the Wild in the last 10 games. 6 of the last 7 games have gone over 6.5. We usually do see very high scoring games when these teams face each other, and Pittsburgh usually finds a way to win. Um, Looking at this game, I can see it going either way. I can see Marc-Andre Fleury coming out here and having a masterclass game. The Wild showing up for him, and the Wild getting the win here. Or I could see him being a little bit rusty, maybe a little bit emotional, and I could see this game going downhill. So if you're going to look at this game for a side perspective, my advice is to wait and bet it live. If you want to bet this game as a side, bet it live. See how the first period goes. Because if the Wild come to play here in this one, which is what I think is going to happen, then they could definitely have a good game here. When it comes to plays, I've got two. Brock Faber to get a point here, minus 104. He has a point in 7 of his last 8 games for the Wild. Brock Faber for Calder is my thoughts. And yes, I'm going to do it. Give me Marc-Andre Fleury to record a shutout plus 1100 for half unit play here. I think the entire team comes to play for Fleury, and I think we get a Fleury masterclass in this game. I think he shuts out the Penguins in the final game. Could be the final game he ever plays for Pittsburgh. There's talk that maybe he doesn't retire next year. Maybe he goes back to Pittsburgh to finish his career there. But this could be very well the last game he ever faces Pittsburgh. It's his night, and I would not be shocked if we get a masterclass from him. So give me Fleury to get a shutout at plus 1100 in this one. And as well, a lot of lineup changes here after the game against Chicago. Matt Boldy, Kirill Kaprizov, Joel Eriksson Ek are on the top line together. Zuccarello will be with Rossi on the second line. They both had a lot of chemistry previously. So I like the line changes. I love that Jonas Brodin is back for this game. And I think this is if there is going to be a spot for the Wild to beat Pittsburgh, it's this one. So that's what I think. No comment. It's Terry's first show back. I prefer not to piss him off in the first game. I already know you're on Pittsburgh, Nick. You've been talking about betting Pittsburgh all night last night, and shocking you're on them today. And I can't blame anyone for taking Pittsburgh. They've absolutely dominated the Wild. They have. And this Wild team is not as good as they have been in previous years. So I can see why someone would want to take Pittsburgh. I'm just hoping that you obviously know what I'm hoping. So you can see it right beside me there. So we'll see. Robert, -1, including overtime shootout or three-way or safer ways to avoid the hook. Also, certain teams cover more than others. Very true. Good day, Terry. Hello, Captain Bry. Good day to you as well. Wild plus 115 on the money line Kaprizov goal. I can see both. I can see both. Welcome back, Terry. Cool, fresh haircut. Let's go. Thanks, Kev. Thanks. Marc-Andre Fleury, anytime goal? No. No. That would be very nice, but I don't even think you could bet that, actually. But that would be very nice to see, but I think if he's going to have a really good game, which he very well may, it's going to be at goaltending, not scoring. No easy task for Minnesota and Fleury. Of course not. It is not easy whatsoever. All of Hockey Nation will seriously be rooting for Flower. It's such a tough call. And to be honest, a lot of people are betting Pittsburgh. All the money's coming on a Pittsburgh, so I don't really think that many people are actually going to be rooting for Fleury. So there's that. Wild plus 1.5 in a parlay. I wouldn't do that because I think if the Wild win this game, they win this game 3-0, 4-1, something like that. But I think if Pittsburgh wins this game, it's probably an ugly score, and I don't think it's a plus 1.5. And Nick thinks it could be a draw. I think if this game is one sided, whatever way it ends, I think it's going to be one sided. But we've seen how sides have gone for me this year, so we'll see what happens. Eriksson, Boldy, Kaprizov, and then the third line has Foligno and Hartman on it as well. So solid pairings. Laughing. Hello, Jay Stone. How's it going? The Wild now 11 straight wins over your Hawks. At least we've got that. Leading the over 6.5. That's what's happened in the past, so I can see it. Mom Who Bets, hi Terry. Hey Terry, glad to see you're doing your show again. Thank you, Mom Who Bets. You were one of the people that were very supportive, so I appreciate your support. I really do. Worst power play versus the worst penalty kill. There you go. Pittsburgh 4-1, pretty simple. Like very possible. Very possible. Letang anytime point. All right. Carell anytime goal plus 155. That's a really nice price. Marc-Andre Fleury over 27.5 saves minus 122. Pittsburgh shoots a lot. I can see that as well because even if he does have a rough game, I don't see him getting pulled on the game celebrating his career. I can't see him getting pulled, but if it goes bad, then we'll have to see there. But Terry, we've entered the foreseeable future. LOL. Yeah, yes. I've got so many people telling me they wanted the show, so I'm going to continue to do the show, and just probably try to stick more player props because that's what's gone well. So see how things go in this game. We will move on along to our second game on the slate, which is between the New York Rangers and the Chicago Blackhawks. In this game, the Rangers minus 290 to minus 305. Chicago plus 240 to plus 258. 5.5s right across the board in this one. And actually, I'm going to go right back to this game here. I forgot to mention Pittsburgh props. Obviously, I'm on Florida to get a shutout, so I'm not going to be betting this. But Crosby has a point in 8 straight games. If you're looking for a parlay piece for Pittsburgh, it would probably be Sidney Crosby, who has been hot for the Penguins. Back to this game. Let's see if we have both goalies confirmed now. We do. And one is not exactly what I wanted to see. The other is Igor Shesterkin will make his return back to the lineup here for the Rangers, and Peter Mrazek for Chicago. Mrazek has been really good. The Chicago defense has been really good, which is stepping up in the fact that they have no offense. Chicago has been averaging around 1 goal a game. I'm bringing up the exact numbers here. Pittsburgh has lost. Pittsburgh. I don't know why I keep saying Pittsburgh. I'm thinking about Pittsburgh, Minnesota. I apologize. Chicago enters this game. They've lost 9 of their last 11. They've scored 12 goals total over their last 11 games. 4 of their last 6, they've been shut out. Chicago's been an extremely under team. The Rangers, back-to-back wins since the break, 2-1 and 3-1 over Colorado and Tampa. Of course, Jonathan Quick was in net for both of those games. And looking at the Rangers, they've scored 2 or fewer goals in 4 of their last 7. So both teams aren't scoring very much right now. And Chicago is playing pretty good defense here. Um, Looking at the stats, Rangers 4-1-1 in their last 6 games, 3 of the last 5 under 5.5. The Blackhawks have lost 5 in a row, 9 of their last 11 under 5.5. When these teams face each other, though, the Rangers 6-1 in the last 7 games. 5 of the last 7 have gone over 6.5. I do have a play up on picks and parlays in the total in this game. But looking at it for the show purposes, it has to be Artemi Panarin anytime goal, plus 110. Panarin is on a pretty hot streak right now, goals in 4 of his last 6 games, but he loves to face his former team, the Blackhawks. In 10 games played against Chicago, he has 8 goals and 19 points in 10 games against the Blackhawks. Panarin loves to face his former team and puts on a show when he does. So I will take him anytime goal here, plus 110, as he's been scoring lately. And he scores against the Blackhawks here in this game. No other props for me for Chicago and or for the Rangers, and nothing for Chicago because, as I said, they're averaging 1 goal a game, so it's kind of hard to um, bet any props on them. That's for sure. Rangers minus 1.5, Panarin over 1.5 points. I can see that. I can see that. Igor confirmed, so pass, and lean Hawks plus 1.5 in money line. Yeah, I'm looking at this. I know, Nick, you wanted to see quick and then you'd be taking it. But if there's a good spot for Igor to get right, what better spot than this one? There's no other better team for Igor to face to get his get back on track. The Google Doc is insanely helpful. Thank you, Owen. I'm glad to see that you use it. If people are wondering what he's talking about, the stats I give out on the show, I have them in a Google Doc, which is in the description below. So you can check that out. For days that there are no shows, you can check that out there. I've got the stats there. Under 5.5. Yeah. Spoiler alert, that's my play up on the site on Picks and Parlays is the under 5.5. Because this game screams under. Only thing that little scares me a little bit is it is Freaky Friday. Friday's weird stuff, and the NHL in general has been weird. But 4-1 Rangers, I can see it. Jay Stone, I can see it. Rangers minus 2.5. As long as they don't score too much, please. That's all I'm saying. Shesterkin save total under when it gets released. Oh, under. Oh yeah, because Chicago doesn't shoot enough. That makes sense. Trouba blocks a lot of shots, and Rangers good penalty kill. Interesting. Interesting. Love Breadman points in Chicago. Yes. Tommy, as a Chicago fan, he knows. He would obviously know that Panarin does very well against the Blackhawks. They look so bad versus the Wild. So obvious they're tanking. Well, I don't necessarily think that's true. When it comes to looking so bad, you have to look at what they have, what they have in the ice. I think for the guys that they have in the lineup, I think they're doing incredibly well. They're not losing 7-0, 8-0 every night. They're losing 2-1, 1-0, 3-0. So they're keeping games close lately as well, which is something that kept me off the Rangers puck line. Lean under 5.5, and you like the 3-1 score for the Rangers. Sounds good. Breadman, you like it? Sounds good. And Adam Fox for 2 assists. I don't know if I would. Like I said, I don't expect a lot of scoring in this game, and Peter Mrazek has been fantastic in net. So uh, maybe take him for 1 assist, but I want to go for 2. What do you mean for 2 periods? The Blackhawks looked better than the Wild. Yeah. Blackhawks still looking for yes, they are rebuilding, and management is tanking, but the players on the ice, like I said, they've been keeping games close. So we'll see what happens there. But one more game on today's 3-game slate, which is between the Edmonton Oilers and the Anaheim Ducks. Edmonton minus 266 to minus 280. Anaheim plus 225 to plus 235. 6.5s right across the board in this game. The Edmonton Oilers. I was on them against Vegas, and of course, they were unable to get the job done. Their winning streak ended at 16 games. And as soon as that happened, my thoughts are I'm going to bet against Edmonton in the next game. If there's ever a bet against spot, it's the game after you lose 16 in a row. A lot of teams usually lose a couple in a row after that. It's just an overall bad spot. But then I saw that they're playing Anaheim, and it's like, okay. Looking at it here, Edmonton 16 to 1 of their last 17 games, 0 overs, 9 unders, 2 games finished with 6 goals. So for a total 6.5, 11 straight unders for Edmonton. Anaheim, they are 3-0-1 in their last 4 games heading into the break, but they haven't played in a long time. This is their first game back since the break. I will pull it up here exactly when they last played. Anaheim last played on the 31st. So, yeah, so not that long actually. And looking at this, what was I going to say here? We'll look at goalies. Calvin Pickard confirmed for Edmonton. So they'll be giving Skinner a night off. John Gibson unconfirmed for Anaheim in this one. And when these teams have played each other this year, 8-2 Edmonton and 7-2 Edmonton. The Oilers have absolutely destroyed the Ducks for a long time now. Edmonton 8-1 in the last 9 meetings between the teams, covering the puck line in 7 of 8, covering minus 2.5 goals in 6 of 8 games. Edmonton takes it to the Ducks. 9 overs, 1 under, 1 game finished with 6 goals. So 9-2 to a total of 6.5, which makes me stay off the side in total of this game. I want to fade the Oilers, but not against the Ducks. The Ducks, of course, playing hot heading into the break. So it would not shock me at all to see the Ducks be the underdog that surprises today, the big underdog, and gets a win here. But I'm taking Connor McDavid over 4.5 shots on goal, plus 120 in this game at multiple books. And why am I doing this? Well, Edmonton has the second most shots on goal this season. They shoot the puck a lot. Anaheim, as in previous years, gives up the fifth most shots on goal per game. What has McDavid been doing lately? Well, he's been shooting the puck. At least 5 shots on goal in 6 of his last 7 games. He does have a goal in 4 straight games. I was going to take McDavid goal minus 115, minus 120. Instead of that, I'm going to take him to get shots because Edmonton shoots, the Ducks gives up shots. McDavid's been on a roll. Plus 120, a great price. So give me McDavid to get 5 shots on goal in this game. I know it sounds a lot, and it is, but he's been doing it consistently. And this is a team that gives up shots. So I'll take that. And then I'll watch this game, and will not shock me at all if we see the Ducks upset. And then it wouldn't shock me if Edmonton wins 8-1. That wouldn't shock me either. So Draisaitl is a point in 7 of his last 8 games for the Oilers. For the Ducks, Troy Terry, a point in 6 straight games and a goal in 3 straight games. So Troy Terry's been finding the back of the net. Adam Henrique, he has a point in 6 straight games for the Ducks as well. Both of them are doing so great together, and now they're separated. They're not on the same line. They're not on the same power play. So I don't know if I would put them together. I think I would go, if you're doing a same game parlay, I think I would maybe separate it Because do I see the Ducks scoring a whole bunch against this Edmonton team? Not really. I think if the Ducks do win this game, I think it's something like 2-1. I really do lean with the under here, but very big overs in past history in this series. So I'll take McDavid here. Rock with McDavid. After the first period, Hawks looked like the better team versus Minnesota. There you go. There you go. And that's exactly why there was a lot of line changes made, because the Wild's fourth line was their best line. The top line wasn't working, second line wasn't working. So that's why line changes were made. So we'll see if the Wild can have a better effort. Under 6.5. I do. I like it. Frank the Tank for Toronto, anytime goal. Possible. Possible. It hurts my eyes to watch the Blackhawks. Doesn't hurt my eyes. No, I'm kidding, Jay Stone. But hey, no, you guys have a bright future. Being as bad as you are still. I don't want to say that the Bedard injury was a blessing, because obviously it isn't. But having him out of the lineup is helping you go down and down, and this is keeping you at the bottom of the league. So helps to get another draft pick. I guess that's the only positive way you could look at it. One of the Ducks here, under 6.5 is the better play. Yeah, I can see that. 11 straight unders, says Addison. Yeah, I can see that. I can. Corey Perry return to Anaheim. Oh boy. Anytime goal. I could see that. All games today under 18.5. Ooh, interesting. Plus 102. So basically, the total of all 3 games has to equal 18 or less. Interesting. I like that prop. It's an unders day. All the teams are playing under right now, but previous history is heavy overs for all teams. So, yeah, we'll have to see what's going to happen. Is it what's happening now, or is it what's happened in the past? We'll ultimately see. I have a better Grand Salami in a minute. Thank you. There you go. Ducks plus 1.5, minus 108. I could see that. I could. This could be the first Edmonton over seen in a while. Yes, eventually that streak's going to end. So it's just about when is it going to end? If Gibson is in net, I can see that. Addison saying it feels like the move today. Best of luck, guys. Lean under 6.5. Me too. And I'm penalty kill not strong, so Bouchard or Draisaitl or Perry, power play point or power play goal, can't decide. Stick with your gut. Maybe split it. Maybe go a little bit smaller. But stick with your Perry thoughts, because I like that. I like those thoughts. Watch every game is going to go over now. It is Friday. It is Freaky Friday, Owen. So we'll see. But I wish you luck. Obviously, I want lower scoring games. So despite being on props, I do want lower scoring games. So best of luck. That's today's show. Thank you everyone for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button. Appreciate everyone's support. I really do. Appreciate that everyone loves the show so much. Thank you everyone for watching. Tomorrow's show, not sure. So stay tuned on the channel for details there. And I should be able to do a show tonight for tomorrow. So we'll see how things go. But or I may have to do it tomorrow, because a lot of props might not be out tonight. So we'll see what happens. But thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you on the next show. Best of luck tonight, and go Wild and go Flurry.